You see these beautiful trees, bro? Y'all see the greenery, man? I'm out here in Mother Nature right now. I decided to walk to the park, and I'm out here. Look at the aura of the greenery. See, this is why it's very therapeutical to be in Mother Nature, be outside with the trees, and especially when it's early in the morning, bro. This is the type of energy that you can manifest so much with, and you can be just at peace, complete oneness. You know what I'm saying? Complete oneness with the trees. You feel me? And the thing about the trees right now, like, these trees are living la vida loca. They be sending telepathic messages to each other and shit. And then even when you talk about the network of the roots and stuff, they have their own natural internet. The trees, yes, they communicate. Not only do they provide oxygen, but they also send messages. You know what I'm saying? But in today's video, I'm going to talk about, first of all, this is just another SR update. So hopefully you guys are staying in tune with yourselves, charging up, leveling up, having that electricity flow through your body. You know what I'm saying? And then just being your own unique self, bro. Just living in your best version of yourself. That's the only thing you can do. That's the only thing left for you to do today, is to live your best life and be your best version. So one of the questions that I had on one of my other videos, and it's crazy because, like, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. This is a download, and I guess I have to talk about this. I have to talk about this. Bro, it's so beautiful out here, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Look at the greenery. The greenery is lit, bro. All right. This thing we call retention, this thing we call charging ourselves up, right? You know what I'm saying? And having your life force energy being recycled and used for purposes other than eating and shitting, at which, well, I ain't gonna hold you. We have to poop every day. Like, if you don't use the bathroom every day, there's something wrong with you. And I like when women, they act like they don't use the bathroom. They be like, oh no, I never took a dump a day in my life. I'm like, okay, all right, but you still be eating them crab legs, the steaks, but you don't take dumps. All right, okay, cool. No, you're it's okay. I get it. You don't take poops. It's okay. But what the fuck? Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm really in Mother Nature. I don't know if y'all can see the deers in the background. Like, that shit threw me off. Them motherfuckers heard me coming. Now y'all can't see them. Look, they hear me. They like, what the fuck? Damn, I don't know if the camera caught that. But it's legitimately 2 deers. I just is like, listen, I don't want no problems. I'm just over here trying to make my video. Okay, that's it. We good? Bambi, or whatever your name is, I don't know. Anyway, okay, we got somebody walking right here. Got a lady walking right here, so we just gonna act civilized, okay? MGT, let's act civilized. We are still going to continue this video. I might say hi to her. Good morning. So, all right, we got another nigga over here. He's jogging. Okay, cool. So what the fuck was I gonna talk about again? I got thrown off by the deers. There's just so much stuff going on. All right. Yeah, so we talk about charging up every single day, right? This is a possibility that I just realized that we kind of have to be aware of when it comes to doing this shadow work and just embarking this spiritual journey, because it actually gets pretty crazy. And what I mean by that is this is a story time. So I'm gonna tell y'all about psychosis, what is psychosis, and how me not knowingly, I actually was retaining my energy around this time, because it was like a great awakening. It was a great spiritual awakening for me. So I was fasting like crazy. I was drinking like a lot of water, and I was holding on to my seed. And back then, I wasn't conscious. I consciously did not know what it meant to like retain your seed or to not release. Like I didn't even think it was a thing, because nigga, I'm just shit. To me, I'm like, nigga, I ain't getting no action. Like the fuck, this shit boring as hell. If anything, I feel like it's doing damage to myself. But little did I know, it charged me up to wake me up to reality, and I was able to see vibrations. I was able to see, this shit was insane. All right, so let me explain, okay? I'm gonna do my best, and I think I talked about this before, but let me give some more clarity to it. So I want to say when I was 24, before I turned 24, I think when I was 24, right, I experienced psychosis. And before I even experienced psychosis, I think it was kind of like a shock to like my mental, and it was a shock to just like my whole reality, because this was the first time that I guess this is the first time that I guess I got exposed to reality. Like for example, one of my cousins, he was telling me about certain things in the Bible, how Christianity came to be, certain things about the government, how the government is in control, and how they're doing all these extra things. And in my mind, I'm like, listen, I believe in my own religion, which is, you know what I'm saying, my people's raised me in the church and everything. So I already have my perception, I already had like, you know, my ideology set. So I'm cooling. But for somebody to come through and ask you a few questions and completely tear down your entire world is crazy, because it, like, my whole reality as I knew it was a lie. It was a whole lie, right? So that was kind of like a shock to me mentally, and it was a shock to my spirit. And it was also like me waking up to, again, what we are really going through right now. So I was going through that moment of, and I think I was still kind of fairly new to using marijuana. And the thing about it is that during that time, I had certain individuals that I would reason with. So this is where I pretty much got in tune with my Rasta, you know, my Rastafari, you know, ideology. So I was learning about Rastafari, and I was learning about all these religions, and I ended up watching this documentary called Hidden Colors. So mind you, all of this is happening. I had an idea of what reality was, and then, you know, I'm watching Hidden Colors. They're talking about the Crusades. They're talking about how, you know, everything is just a lie. The government is lying to you, and everything that you've learned, you have to unlearn, and you have to reprogram your mind. And, you know, so that low key, it can make people go crazy, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. It'll make a nigga lose their fucking mind, bro. Like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Toyota and Coca-Cola and Pepsi and Nike, all these motherfuckers is damn near the same company, here to, you know, keep people in their lower nature and feed off of their lower nature and keep them lost. You know, I'm thinking like, shit, like, yeah, the world is bad, but, you know, ain't God supposed to come save us? And then, you know, aren't we supposed to wake up and just be one day as people and live in peace? But obviously that's not the motherfucking case. And so in my mind, I became super conscious of everything around me. What I ate, I was sun gazing a lot, and I was just getting a lot of knowledge. One of my boys, he gave me this book. Well, he let me hold his book. It was a Freemason book. Now, when you talk about like Freemasons and all of that stuff, now me, I'm not saying that I'm a Mason, because I'm really not. I'm not on none of that shit. But it's good to kind of like raise your awareness to what is going on in the world, because the shit relates to you, bro. There's certain people in certain organizations that have direct control over certain people, bots, zombies, trash. You know, those people who are easily manipulated and can be in the lower nature, they have a lot of power and influence over those people. And, you know, that's where the whole terminology, you know, being asleep and being awake came from. It's either you were asleep to just all the manipulation and everything in between, or you are awake to it, and now you are learning how to raise your vibration. So remember when I said how, like, when you're on a spiritual journey, you have to make sure you stay balanced, you still stay in tune with this side of reality in the third dimension, because it's a whole bunch of wormholes that you're gonna notice, and you're gonna find out, like, damn, bro, like, knowledge is deep, and there's so much that we have to learn and unlearn, right? If you go down a rabbit hole or the wormhole or whatever it is, seeking knowledge outside of the third dimension, you can get lost. And sometimes people lose themselves and never return. Sometimes people use psychedelics, they use certain drugs, and they have an experience and they see what reality is. They see, like, oh shit, it's a whole time, like, it's a whole entity next to me right here, a one over here. I see a girl running across the street. I see a demon flying across the road and shit. Like, you start seeing wild shit, and you think that you're hallucinating, but the whole time, like, you know, when you talk about the dimensions and certain entities where they exist in, like, pretty much all the dimensions exist either on top of each other or even within. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about spirits, or we talk about just different entities in general. So it's a lot that one can start to see and understand, and they'd be like, well, damn, bro, like, does this dimension even mean anything? Like, why even try to operate, or why even try to just be here if we know we have to, like, raise our vibrations and leave this dimension? So as I was going through my great spiritual awakening, all of these things was going through my head. You know, I'm thinking, like, well, what's the point of living? Or what's the, you know what I'm saying? These are the thoughts that was going through my head. The whole thing about psychosis is that, you know, well, first of all, there's not too much information on it. Of course, you're going to get the general Google definition, and that's basically, psychosis is when you hallucinate and you see things that aren't really there. And I know sometimes people be going through that, but you really go through that when you are going through a spiritual awakening, like, for real. So it's like being on that type of frequency and raising your vibration at that type of rate, it can be dangerous if you don't balance yourself out. The one thing that actually kind of intensified my whole experience was the fact that I was drinking a lot of water, and I was actively holding on to my seed. It felt like, at the time when I was living with my peoples and stuff, and it was crazy because when I would go outside and I would see the community and I see people, I would literally feel a certain type of vibration, a certain type of, it was almost like it was a smell in the air where it was like nothing but lust and greed and all the things you could think of that's low vibrational, bro. Like, I sensed that shit in the air, literally. And I was like, what the fuck going on? I'm like, well, damn, I'm damn sure not finna, you feel me? Because even at the time, I didn't know anything. Again, I didn't know nothing about retention, but I knew that my root chakra and everybody that was around too, bro, like, everybody, it was on some demonic sexual ritual type shit. You could see it in people's energy that people was trying to vibrate in that specific energy. And this is without no type of love and affection. It's like straight lust. Like, it was crazy because, you know, I lived in South Florida. So if I'm chilling, let's say I'm chilling around, you know, I go hang out with my homeboy and he chilling with his girl and stuff like that. It was crazy. It was almost like, it kind of felt like the zombie apocalypse, except everybody else that was around me, they didn't notice they didn't notice like the energy was so intense. They was just living in it. And I felt the energy of, it was insane, bro. Now that I'm really thinking about it for real, I felt the energy of like just lust, like around me. You feel me? And of course I felt it too, but I wasn't paying it no mind because I'm in this state of shock, like, oh shit, like, damn, I need to just, you know what I'm saying, become rebirthed. I need to, you know, work on myself. I need to be conscious of what I'm eating. Like, I'm at this time, I'm barely eating anything, bro. G shit. I think this is funny as hell now that I think about it. But I remember I would blend any type of vegetables I could find in the house. I was blending anything together. I was just like, you know what? I'm not eating meat because based on what I learned about it and everything, right? And this is the first time I'm learning about all this shit about the Matrix and shit like that. So what intensified the psychosis was the fact that lust was in the air and I felt it, but because I knew what was going on and I felt the energies within, you know, the realm of where I was at, I knew I wasn't supposed to release, but I was still tempted to. You feel me? At that time, living in South Florida, it was fairly easy to come across something, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you had like some bread, you know, especially back then, like niggas did not give a fuck, bro. It was crazy. Back in the back page era, that shit was crazy. And this is just my experience. I don't think every version of psychosis is gonna be this intense, but when you are like being awoke, like when your world is getting torn down as you know it, and now you're starting to wake up to the truth, you become a little bit more sensitive to your own energy. You become a little bit more connected at the same time too. And you actually feel a type of way when you think about doing something low vibrational. Just by thinking about it, you start to feel some type of way. What ended up happening, because I was so aware, I basically was fasting the whole time, and I was still seeing a lot of subliminal messages too, through the TV, through conversations, and it was just mind-blowing because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is my ear only picking up certain words and seeing certain things on the TV, and it's like a direct message for me? Like, what is going on? And I was freaking out. I'm like, bro, I hope I don't have to live the rest of my life like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna live, I wanna still have a normal life, but damn, bro, like, why am I just picking apart the Matrix left and right? My people seen that I wasn't in this realm of reality, and I was trying to tell them. I was like, yo, there's an evil spirit around. There's some bad energy around. We got it. I'm literally telling my peoples, bro, like, we have to tighten up. Like, we have to do better. You know, I started questioning them about the Bible and everything, you know what I'm saying? And they thought I was the devil. They was saying, like, you know, we gonna pray this evil spirit away from you and shit. I'm just like, bro, it's like, y'all can't be serious. Y'all can't be serious. You feel me? And that's the thing about becoming awakened or opening your third eye. Let's just say, you know, for a simple term, that's when I first really opened my third eye. You know what I'm saying? And I always seen a lot of videos on YouTube. Don't open your third eye. The dangers of opening your third eye, XYZ. The reason why they say that is because things like psychosis. So what happens exactly when you experience psychosis? When you experience psychosis, all of the subliminal messages that you picked up on, or all the messages that you done heard, it pretty much puts you in a different world, and now you start to basically see that world through your mind, and of course you will be hallucinating, but it'll almost feel as if you are on a quest, because my psychosis got bad. I had a couple episodes. One time I basically was listening to music, and you know, just let me cook, You feel me? This video is not like most videos and shit. But one day I was driving, and while I was driving, I pretty much I was listening to music, right? And I'm listening to this music, and the lyrics and everything, bro. The shit was crazy as fuck because it was kind of like in sequence with what I was seeing. So if the beat was about to drop, let's say you listening to They Not Like Us, for example. Before the beat dropped, I would see certain things. Like if I'm on the road, I see like certain people walking to the beat. And then when the beat actually drops, that's when the light turned green. And all of a sudden, you feel me? It's just crazy as fuck, bro. It felt as if like the music was like the background music for the movie that I was playing in. It felt like I was in a movie. Bro, I drove maybe 10 miles, ended up parking my car, got out my car, and I just began to walk. I was listening to music and I just walked. I'm like, I left my car. Bro, I parked my... 2 times this actually happened. Once when it was in Fort Lauderdale, and the other time when I was in South Florida in Miami. I remember I parked my car at Miami Beach. Left my car there for 7 days, bro. I left my car there for 7 days, came back, the shit was still there. It had hella tickets, but thank God it didn't get towed. So I was just like, that was crazy. But what I can remember, after I parked my car, I walked on the beach, and I'm just having all these type of epiphanies, and I'm just going crazy. It's just going crazy, bro. You just lose. It's not like you lose your mind, but you just lose a sense of reality of the third dimension, because you see people walking, but you actually are seeing energy. You're people when somebody's a good type of vibration versus where it's a negative vibration. Like you could see it clear as fucking day. And that's why certain people was either freaking out, not really freaking out, but they were just like, oh, no, it's okay, just stay over there. Or other people was like just giving me money and shit, bro. Or giving me food. I remember I was on the beach, and it was easy to talk to anybody because I could see their energy. I could tell what the fuck was on people's mind. This shit was crazy as fuck. What ended up happening though was, you know what I'm saying, and this is how it can get dangerous. You can be talking to the police like you can see who they truly are, so you're not even afraid of authority. And some people who experience psychosis, that's why they be doing crazy shit. They don't give a fuck, because it's like, man, the fuck, I'm not even in this dimension right now. So I basically ran into the police. They seen that I wasn't in this dimension. They had to take me in. But when I had to go to one of the little mental hospitals and shit like that. This was the time when it happened in Miami Beach. And then maybe like a day later, I got my awareness back, and they let me out type shit. Ended up having to catch the bus home because I didn't know where the fuck I parked my car. And then a week later, I went back and I found my car. So it was crazy as fuck. Yeah, that shit was crazy. But another time when that shit happened, it was basically when I was at my people's house. My people seen that I wasn't in this dimension. They called the police. The police came through. I'm never afraid of the fucking police, bro. Especially when I'm not, you know what I'm saying? When I'm in that type of vibration, like, I'm not afraid of nothing at all. And motherfuckers would call me crazy and shit, you feel me? Police came through. They was trying to apprehend me, but they really couldn't because I wasn't violent. That's the thing about it. Thank God I wasn't like, oh, come on, do it. Listen to me. I wasn't like crazy. I was just more so like angry at the time, because I'm like, why is everybody vibrating in this type of vibration? And how comes nobody fucking notices it? So I don't know if it was like a mini zombie apocalypse, or, you know, I was reading the Bible at that time. So every time when I read a scripture, things was just happening fast as hell, bro. I'm hearing the news, bro. This shit was crazy. Psychosis. It's crazy. Crazy experience, bro. This changed my entire life. That changed my entire life. It took me years. This is past 10 years since this happened. And I knew after like my whole experience when it happened and everything, I knew I had to tell my story, bro, because this shit is crazy, bro. Like, I can't be the only one that's losing my fucking shit like this. You know, and then one thing that I also remember, when the police came or whatever, they tried to talk to me. I spoke to them with respect. They left. And then a day later, my peoples took me to the hospital, and that's when I stayed there, I think for about 7 days or something like that. I realized that sometimes experiencing psychosis is actually you accessing a superpower that you didn't even know you had, and now it's just like you just going haywire. You don't know how to control it. So I had to learn how to control it, bro. Like, even till now, like, I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody, but when it comes to intuition and when it comes to charging up, and even in the hospital while I was there, bro, I was tempted as hell, bro. I was tempted as hell to like just choke the chicken. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, nigga, I'm like, the fuck? I'm in the hospital, and then there's other females in here too, but they not in their right mind either. I had the nurse come in. I'm talking about weird, strangest shit ever, bro. Strangest shit ever, bro. I remember I woke up in the hospital bed, and I was in the mood. I want some pussy. Nigga, I'm talking about, I made a move where I got up, and then one of the nurses came in, and she was looking very attractive too. And she was like, okay, just calm down. It's all right. Just stay, just lay back down. Well, we're going to have a meal in a couple hours. Just lay back down. And the shit was weird because I think she felt my energy. She felt me. This shit was crazy, bro. Shit's crazy. I probably sound crazy making this video. I don't really care though. Because I know there's a lot of people that be going through similar things. The way how I got out of that whole situation though, I just had to do my time in the hospital. Got back to my consciousness. Realized there were certain things that I had to kind of just take into consideration, knowing that, like, okay, if this is a part of me now, I have to learn how to live with it, not ignore it, but also not like let it overtake my whole entire, existence out here in the third dimension. And after my last episode, I was able to, pretty much just kind of not go too deep on the deep end. And then I also realized too that, a lot of just eating healthy, retaining your energy, and not getting into too much can help keep, those episodes from actually happening. The only way it actually backfires is if you completely kind of like, because like when you first learn about certain things and you want to change your life, it's like you want to quit doing everything. You feel me? You want to quit eating certain foods. You want to quit doing this, quit doing that. And sometimes that's a shock to the body and a shock to the mind. You feel me? So you got to take baby steps when it comes to this. When it comes to you opening your third eye, you have to be careful. You have to take your time. It's the same thing with semen retention. Because you can go on a streak for 30 days. And then after those 30 days, you could go crazy. And you might end up being worse than you was before. You feel me? So these are all possibilities that could happen. But, at the end of the day, continue to talk to God. Bro, even when I was going through my psychosis, that's why I was protected. Like, I didn't get hurt. I wasn't violent. God allowed me to go through what I went through, but I still came out with a lot of knowledge. I came out with a lot of just new information. In the hospital, before I left the hospital, somebody gave me a book called God in the Whirlwind. And within that book, it actually had my name within that book on some crazy supernatural type shit. It'd be freaky shit like that, bro. That was happening. This is why I take my time when it comes to reading the Bible, or just reading certain things, or even listening to music. It's almost as if you can tap back into that realm, and it's always here. You know, God's always talking. Spirit's always talking. Different energies are always trying to get your attention. This is why it's very important to hone in, practice some self-discipline, and you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. God is going to continue to still reveal more to you, but he might have to give it to you in increments. You know, so that's my story. That's, you know, I can actually elaborate even more. There's a lot that I went through when I went through psychosis. I just know the icing on the cake was fasting and retaining my energy. Fasting and retaining my energy. Even when I really wanted to go outside, and there was people out there saying like, yo, we finna head to this strip club and go here and do this. At that time, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I wasn't with it. Usually I would be with it, but when you become awakening, you open your third eye, like you see shit for what it really is. It's just like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bruh. If anything, I'll touch more on the subject on a later date. But hopefully you guys have a fantastic day today. Hopefully you guys can stay balanced. And, you know, shit. If you ever going through something similar like that, bruh, just always remind yourself that you are still within this body. You're still within the third dimension. You still have certain responsibilities, obligations. Your soul signed a soul contract, and you're here for a reason, bro. A lot of people be like, man, I don't know why I'm here, or you know, damn, it don't make no sense. We got to go anyway. Like, bro, you're here for a certain reason, bro. You feel me? It could be to make somebody's day better. It could be for a plethora of purposes that you may not even know. Whole time you doing God's work and you didn't even know, just by being high vibrational. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, MGT, what it do, your boy Moody Starr, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new, you already know what to do, man. Become a subscriber, like the video, and join MGT. This is a channel where I like to highlight current events and talk about my spiritual walk here in this beautiful, fucked up, sideways ass matrix. Now, first of all, I gotta say a special shout out to anybody that's holding on to your energy, going within and being high vibrational. Here at MGT, this is what we do. We work on ourselves every single day. Intro for the outro. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all giving me your time and letting me, you know, share my story. You know, it was crazy, bro. But that's pretty much what psychosis is. And on the spiritual side, it's just you being awakened to what true reality is, and being awakened to certain, you know, vibrations that you can't see with your eyes, but you can just feel it within the atmosphere. This shit is crazy. And that's why I don't write off anybody that goes to the hospital like that, the mental homes like that, because they probably really seeing and experiencing something that other people on different frequencies can't perceive. So just be careful out here, bro. Stay righteous. I'll be able to see you guys on the next video, bro. Peace. This tree is lit, bro. Spider-Verse? What's going on up there?